the Akashic records are the record of your soul from the moment of your soul's inception until the moment that the soul reconnects back with source fully. So along that pathway is a long time in our human form. And so the way that we are working with that is we can have the insight of what's present for us, what has happened in different lifetimes and different timelines, in all of the different ways that our soul has had experiences. So the record keepers are the ascended masters, teachers, guides. That they're like they're the guides, they're the protectors of our soul's record. So this soul record holds everything, all of the thoughts, emotions, feelings, experiences that has come upon or with or through us throughout the time that our soul has been having this experience in whatever form. So when we're working with the records, we are really aligning ourselves with the energy of truth and love. And so when I say truth and love, it's really coming from a place of, love is truth. And so really at the end of the day, the record keepers are providing us with an experience of truth. And so sometimes the truth can feel a little crunchy, and sometimes the truth can feel like a great relief. And so what I noticed is that for my amazing clients who are knowing that they have this big vision, this big mission, something that they're here for that's bigger, even if they don't know exactly what it is yet, there's a way that they know that because of what they're doing, they're going to need to figure out their own way. And a lot of times people can try to do things the way that you're supposed to, or the way that you were taught, or the way that everyone else is doing it. And that serves, and also it cannot serve. So there are ways that for some people, doing things the way that everyone does them is great and fine and works. And then there's other people who are here to literally do things in a new way. And they are the ones that I generally get to have the amazing opportunity to work with. So for those people, we can be looking to people outside of ourselves to be showing us what to do. I have clients in real estate who will never do door knocking ever in their life because it is not something that they're willing to do. It just doesn't, and it's like truly not aligned for them. Like we know that as truth. And there are other people who absolutely love it. So, and it totally works for them, and it is completely aligned for them. So the idea is, what is it that actually works for you? What is it that's aligned for you in your business as well as in your life? There are also, some of my clients have the direction that their soul is moving in this lifetime is literally to shine, helping other people to create prosperity in their bank accounts. And their primary way of doing that is through working with the land. So within the design, there's often some pretty beautiful and brilliant indicators that show us how you found your way even into this space and into this real estate industry. And if this real estate industry is something that really enlivens you, or if it's something that feels a little bit crunchy, and you're wondering if this is actually the thing that you're here to be doing, when we begin to work with the records, and I also do work with cosmic design, with astrology and human design and other pieces as well, but when we begin to look at these together, that truth, the expression, the truth shall set you free, that is part of what gets to be present here, is really allowing for ourselves to have the experience of what is true. And when we can feel that in our system, there's a way that we get to relax, we get to feel more grounded and certain, and then things can be we can have less resistance and less fight in our systems in trying to decide or determine or figure out what it is that gets to happen from there. So the Akashic records, being the record of your soul, is really supportive in many different ways when we're looking at creating more peace and prosperity. So around the peace aspect, when we are deeply aligned with what we're here to do, how we're here to do it, and we're really allowing for that aspect of our own self-expression to be fully expressed in its own way, that does create an enormous amount of peace within our own bodies. There are also ways that we can work with setting different boundaries and holding different energetic expectations within our field so that we get to have the experiences that we want. So for my clients who are feeling like they might be a little bit magical and they're ready to bring that magic into their 3D regular business, there's a lot of really powerful ways that we can bring forward the energy of basically working with energy, working with the records, working with the land and the homes to begin to be in partnership and do what is in the highest and best good and aligned for all involved. So with the prosperity aspect, again, when we come into a deeper level of alignment, when we can ask questions that are specific to our own self, our own business, our own path, we can then have more certainty, more comfort, more trust in knowing that this is the way that we're actually meant to be going, not the way that everybody else is here to. It doesn't mean that the other ways that people do business or life or any of the things are not okay or good or right or anything like that. It's just what is it that's actually right for you right now at this time. There can be ways that people can discover that, you know, at this moment, something is not in the right level of alignment or right fit for them. But as they begin to cultivate their own evolution and growth, and they begin to bring forward more of the core aspects of who they are as a person, they find that they are actually really easily able to move in the direction of some of the more traditional business aspects, but they're doing it with complete truth and alignment instead of doing it in a way where they feel like they're having to fake it till they make it, or doing it out of obligation or with a bunch of resistance. So we are working with the records to be able to identify what are the things that are aligned for you, what is it that is true, and what is it that can support you to create the next level of what it is that you're here to create. So part of what we can do in the records is we can work with the energy of speed, we can work with the energy of your design, we can work with your purpose, and we can bring all of these pieces together to allow you to move in the direction of where you're going with more ease and more speed. There's a lot of energetic and emotional we'll just say pieces that can be present in our experience that cause us discomfort. It can be stress, it can be anxiety, it could be any range of emotions. And it can also sometimes not be ours. So that's one of the things that we can be working with is tending to your energetic container. For people who are very much sensitive, intuitive beings who are working with the land as land stewards and as real estate professionals, one of the things that I hear from people is how they are really tending to the support of their own system, their own energy body. And so there are a lot of protections that people can put in place, and a lot of actions and things that people will do to protect their own energy field as they're interacting with other people and moving in different people's homes. And when we work with the records, what we can do actually, one of my favorite things about the records is that we can actually ask, what is the root? What is the deepest level of healing that is available for this person right now? And when we discover what the root of something is, and we're available to be able to heal it, upgrade it, refine it, then we don't have to actually go through all of those extra steps in order to do the things that, you know, we just want to be able to do. We want to be able to just move in and out of people's homes with ease. We want to be able to have conversations with people with ease without taking lots of extra steps, but still knowing that your system is protected in whatever way is deeply aligned for yourself. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so one of the other things that I love about working with the records is that we can actually we can work with the energy of speed. So we can call in clients, we can amplify the invitation to a specific home or to land. We can work with the energy of the land and the home to be with permission to be able to know what will be in the greatest support. And one of the things that I've learned through working in the records with people's homes and land and with my clients is that nobody actually owns the land. So I know people own the land, but from the land's perspective, no one actually owns the land. And so this idea of being able to come into deep partnership with the land and be in this inquiry of what is it that will support this home, this land, to be able to be stewarded in its highest and best good going forward is something that can be a really powerful shift, even in the times when the markets are so crazy like they are right now. I have a person who's in real estate who was working with the records, working in ceremony, working with the energy of the home and the land, and put in their offer, and theirs was accepted, even though they didn't do all of the extra hoop jumping. But it was that this land was ready to be stewarded by these people, and they literally are being brought together. And so I know many of you have probably had the experience of that this home is for these people, but the people might not know that yet. And so there are just ways that we can begin to work with the energy to support, not manipulate, but to support that which is in the highest and best good for all involved. Okay, so the Akashic records, the record of your soul, it is where we can go to ask questions about anything. It's where we then get to become the stewards of our own experience. We get to have the deep knowing of what is true and right for us in each moment. And it allows us to begin, to, instead of looking out there for other people to show us what is the right thing or the next step or how you do a thing, instead we get to go into the record. Now, the record keepers are probably not going to tell you how to run, Facebook ads or Google ads or something like that, but they're going to be supporting you to bring forward the things that you already do know to point you in that direction. So it's not that you won't still learn things from other people, but we're not handing our power over to other people to have them show us what it is that is going to be in the highest and best good. Instead, we're standing in the energy of being the purposeful and powerful creators that we are, and energizing this potential that's available to us and clearing that which is not supporting things to be moving with ease and speed, and being able to step into that next level of what it is that we're here to create. So there are so many things that we can do as we are working with the records, especially for people who are professionals in real estate and who are working with the land. And so if you've got questions or there's things that are coming forward as you hear this, go ahead and put it in the comments, even if you're listening to the replay, and then we will continue to explore from there. So the things that I would offer for you as little things to consider are ways that you can work with the records are in your client, in your transactions, in your business. So in your business, both for your own self, like within the level of how many sales you have and what kind of money are you creating and what are the things that are having you have certain experiences again and again. But then also, how can I be in the highest service for this client? What can I begin to show, or how can I show the one home instead of all of the homes? There's really fun ways that we can begin to work in the records and with the energy to support that. And then, of course, moving in the direction of bringing forward that which is your highest, most expressed state allows you to be in the energy of magnetism. And when you are embodying that energy of magnetism and feeling home within yourself, there is something that is so powerful and magnetic about that draws people towards you. So really allowing for you to find that place within yourself where you feel the peace and you feel present and at home supports everything, supports the relationships, your connections with your family, and then also all of the aspects of your business. So if you're interested in working with the records, you can go ahead and post in the comments. I will have a level 1 Akashic Records group coming up sometime soon, so you can go ahead and post in the comments and I will share the details with that when it is ready to go. And if you've got other questions or you want to explore what it might look like to be held in working with the records. So I read the records for other people. So I'm a mastery level Akashic Records professional as well as a teacher of the Akashic Records. So I can support you to learn how to read your own records, how to work with the energy of the land and the homes. And also, that is one of the fundamental aspects of my business in the way that I support my clients is in the records. So I'm not about telling you what I think or how you should do anything. It's really about what is it that is coming forward as the most aligned next step or path or vision, and how can we clear the path so that you can do what you're here to do and go further faster. Okay, so if you've got any questions or anything along the way, please feel free to post in the comments. I'd love to hear what's coming forward for you and what you're noticing. And then I will be back again next week and we will see what gets to unfold from there. Enjoy and hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.